Got a question asking if there's any limit to how many notices you can issue to a tenant. This landlord appears to, is experiencing some frustration with, I guess, their tenant is not paying the rent. They issue a notice and then after that they pay, okay? And they're in a rent controlled area. Hi, my name is Rob Wells. I'm the Landlord Boy on TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Now, to answer this commenter's question here is hypothetically, there are no limits to how many notices that can be issued, okay? A 3-day notice to like pay your rent or to fix a fixable item, under a lease. Like, let's say a tenant's not doing what they're supposed to do in their rental agreement. As long as those items are fixable, not paying your rent is, and fixing a material breach of lease or rental agreement term, hypothetically, most of them are fixable, okay? You can issue a notice for each one of those items, okay? Now, let me preface that, okay? And this is where landlords need to be careful, okay? You can't mix fixable violations with non-fixable violations, okay? And this is where things get tricky. For example, I recently had a couple of cases where, hey, there are a laundry list of complaints. Tenants not paying their rent, they're not paying like their garbage bill, that type of deal they're supposed to be paying. And then there were some allegations that the tenant had engaged in like physical altercation with another resident, okay? Now, the two items for the trash and the rent are fixable, but if someone gets into an altercation to the effect that they've committed a crime, they're causing a nuisance that's not fixable, that's an incurable violation, and you can't mix the two together because basically you're contradicting yourself. You got to remember, a 3-day notice to pay or a 3-day notice to fix a covenant or stop violating a lease agreement is basically telling a tenant, hey, you need to like fix this issue here, pay your rent or move out, or fix the lease issue or move out, versus the nuisance or criminal conduct, that type of deal is done on a 3-day notice to quit, okay? It's so severe, or it's an item that can't be fixed that you're just going to have to move out, okay? So you can't mix those things together, okay? For the do-it-yourselfers, another cautionary tale too is many form 3-day notices are not designed to be combined with other 3-day notices. Like if the trash and rent issue, for example, most notices are blank template. They're pretty generic. They don't not really designed in a way where you can combine those issue those notices concurrently at the same time, okay? I like to put in my 3-day notices that, for fixable issues, that I'm giving you multiple notices and each and every lease violation needs to be fixed, okay? So there is no confusion in court about, well, Rob, you gave me 3 notices. I didn't know which one to comply with. Well, we make it simple. And all 3 notices we're saying we're issuing multiple notices and you're going to have to fix each one of them. And if you don't, you could be evicted on either one of those notices. Okay. So we try to clear those things up too. Okay. For landlords that may not be subject to just cause, for example, like you want to issue like a 60-day notice to terminate tenancy, that type of thing, and you don't need just cause, and someone's not paying their rent, those notices could be issued as well too. What preface with the proper disclosure saying, hey, you haven't paid your rent. If you don't pay your rent, I'm gonna kick you out. But you know what? I'm just retired. We need to end the month-to-month agreement, for example. Despite that, giving you a 60-day notice, you're still financially responsible for the rent for those 60 days, and you got to pay your rent. That we're going to terminate the tenancy despite you fixing the 3-day notice issue. Those can be issued as well too, but you got to be careful, okay? So landlords, if you're contemplating issuing termination notices, this goes over your head, that type of deal. You don't know how to issue it, you know, whatnot, and you just need help figuring out like doing it the right way, getting things done, feel free to reach out. We might be able to help out. Put your comments, questions down below. Try to answer them to the best of my ability. Till next time, folks. Talk to you then. See ya.